Hello everyone, this is Diane. Thanks for joining me here on my channel. And I'm going to be working on some book covers, journal covers. They are just plain. I purchased these at probably the library sale for $1 a bag or something like that. Just so I could use them, decorate the covers, and use them for journals. So I decided I'm going to make some relatively unembellished journals next. So I decided to just have some fun with the covers, and then I'll get to work on the insides. I will probably add a few pockets, and I'll make some tags or pull some tags that are already made out of my stash and add a little bit of embellishment, but there won't be a lot. I just want to have fun with the covers today. So I chose pictures for some of the covers a few weeks ago. So here's what I have. This pretty blue cover with this image, which came out of a book about flowers. Well, it wasn't really about flowers. It was more of a pictorial book. Life is a Garden or something like that, and it just had pretty flowers or pictures that depicted flowers, and it had some little sayings and poems about flowers. So I thought she would be pretty on this blue cover, and then I might add this doily behind her. And I also had fun selecting some quotes and phrases from books and digitals. This says, "We have felt the power of flowers." This one, what happened? Oh, here it is. This is fun. So I love this picture of the woman and her dog. I'm going to have to trim it some more to fit on this cover. And I love this. It came from a children's book. It says, hip hurrah, I'm going to the fair. And this one is a pretty lady. Kind of looks like a fairy, but you know, she doesn't have wings or anything, but she's just a pretty lady, and I just chose this. It's from a digital. It says, believe in who you are. Well, that doesn't even say that. And believe in who are. I'm going to have to fix that. And this one, little girl doing embroidery. How cute is that? And I selected this, just the word art, because any kind of creativity is art. And this little boy reading a storybook to the bunnies. And it has a Robert Louis Stevenson poem. I don't know if that will stay. It probably will go inside the book, but I put something to treasure. I will put something to treasure on the outside. And this one with the little girls and their dandelions, and it just says she has colorful dreams. So I don't think we'll have time to do all of the covers today. I'm not making the spines and everything, but we may select fabrics for them today. It's very warm in my room right now. It's extremely hot. It's not in the hundreds, but it's very close. And I hear thunder. My weather app says it's raining, but it is not raining. Not here. But I hear the thunder, so I'm hoping that it comes over here, because we've had a very dry summer so far. We're probably in drought conditions. Last summer it rained a lot. So anyway, it is hot in here, and I'm hoping. I don't want to turn the fan on because it blows on the microphone on my camera. But I do have my air conditioner on. So I'm hoping it's going to turn on in a minute. I think I'll leave that white border on there. And I'll put this doily behind her. I want to keep the covers fairly simple. I don't want to get into a whole lot of collage. But I might add labels or, you know, something behind the picture, a little something. Maybe some labels or numbers, but I don't want to get too involved. I just really want these to be simple journals. I kind of want to alternate simple journals in between some of the journals that are more involved. And I just finished 2 mermaid journals, so it's time for simple. Oh, before I get started on this too, I have Reader's Digest book covers over here. I want to talk about them a bit. And I just got Mod Podge on my hands. I just listed some Reader's Digest book covers in my shop, and I think I may have forgotten to say in the video that the listing is for 2 covers for the price, and the listing does say it's for 2 covers, but if I forgot to say it in the video, you may not realize that. So these are the ones that are still in my stash, and I just wanted to point out that these are also awesome for the same type of what we're doing right now. So any pictures, these pictures are photographs that actually came out of books. And then this could be trimmed down. I think the colors on that work well with that, and that would be really fun. And this way, you have a background decoration already. So if I'm going to add a doily or music paper or something behind my pictures, that would not be so necessary with these books because there's already a pattern on them. And I thought if I trim that down, that would be fun there. I don't know if I will do these covers like this. I just wanted to show you how nice the Reader's Digest covers are for this same sort of thing that we're doing in this video. I just wanted to show that to you. I have 6 covers there, and they're 2 in a. They're not in sets, but when you order one, you will get 2 covers. I just picked 2. Okay, so now let's get into this. So I'm going to put the doily on first, and I will. Can you hear the thunder? I will put Mod Podge on the entire book cover, but I will just start at the top of the page and lay the doily down, press it down. Whoops. Well, it does not want to press down, so I'm just going to go ahead and put the Mod Podge on top. It just seems to me that every time the weather service predicts rain for my area, we don't get it. I look forward to it, and it doesn't happen. So now I'm hearing the thunder, and I'm really hoping it means that the thunder isn't gonna skirt my town and not give it to me, you know. My grass is brown and crunchy. These would be nice too with book plates. If you have any kind of book plate to put on here with the title behind it, a metal book plate or even cardstock one that you die cut. And normally, if I do the front of a journal with Mod Podge, I will put Mod Podge on the back. This doesn't need Mod Podge, but I will do it so that they both have the same finish on them. So we have felt, I think I'll just do each word individually. Have felt. power. Got a bubble in it right there. I usually end up with some wrinkles when I do Mod Podge. Some people really don't like that, but it doesn't bother me. It's just part of the Mod Podge thing. Okay, so now I just need to put a coat of Mod Podge on top of those words. And the Mod Podge will dry clear. You will see brush strokes in it, so I try to make it as smooth as I can, but they will be there. We have felt the flower, the power of flowers. And I'll just, of course I'll cut the doily off when it's dry. And I'll just brush some Mod Podge on here. I don't know if I'll do, I don't even know how many book covers I have here. I have 6 book covers, so I probably won't do all 6 of them at this time. I mean, make all the journals. I will make all the covers, not in this video, but I want to get all the covers made, and then I'll have them so that I can do some journals when I'm ready for them. And I also have the tall, thin books. Oh, it's raining. I hear the rain. So I'll have a collection of book covers that are decorated and ready to be made into journals. I don't normally do that. I'm just looking, I have some fabrics in here next to me on the floor, my assortment of fabrics, and I'm looking to see if there's one I can pick out for this. I'm not seeing one that jumps out at me. Maybe this one. That one might be pretty. We shall see. I think it'll be easier to tell once the book cover is dry. That might be pretty too. All right, I'm going to set this aside and move on to the next one. All right, next we will do this one. No, I really want to do this one because I think it's so fun. I just want to make sure I get that one done in this video. So I do have to trim this picture quite a bit. I don't want whatever fabric I put on the spine, I don't want it to cut his nose off. Let's cut the book down to size. Now this one had very wide tape holding the cover on, so I am going to have to put some fabric or some cardstock or something behind the picture to cover that where it tore the paper off the cover when I removed the tape. I can see better the size of the surface that I'm working on. So I'll have fabric come over a bit here. So I'll need to cut it maybe there. And, well, let me trim it close to his nose. And we'll see what else we have to do. just want to see how much I can cut off of her and still maintain. See, we're going to be missing the scarf flying in the breeze and her hair flying back. I guess I don't want to cut it any more than that. Maybe a little bit off the top. Now I need something behind to cover that where the tape was, so I've got some paper out here. I've got my strips, but I think I need something lighter than my strips. Let's just see what I've got. Do not want to spill the Mod Podge. I don't want to cover the rust color also because I selected the pictures to go with the color, so I just want it to be a strip behind her. But I'm just auditioning some colors. I think that's just a little too classic looking for this fun image. That might work, but I think I want something a little more fun. This would be nice, but it's going the wrong direction. There's a pretty blue for the ocean. Maybe I'll look for something that matches her scarf, though. I don't think there's anything in that first batch that I pulled out. This is just a cut off from a big piece that I had sewn together. That could be fun. No, because you miss all of that. It disguises all of that. Here's an orange piece. So that would be subtle. Blending, almost blending in with the cover. I think I might like that. And it needs to be that wide. Of course, I'll have to do one on the back also. Yeah, I think that'll work. Now that I've wet it, I can't see. There, I can see it now. Thought I saw hair there, but I don't see it now. come down a little bit. I got to go to my sister's again yesterday and float around in the pool with her, and this time our other sister was able to join us. So the three of us just sat in the floaty chairs in my sister's pool and just talked and laughed for an hour and a half. She made us a really nice lunch, which Barbara and I contributed to. I brought some fresh peaches for dessert, and then I also made homemade brownies from scratch so we could have an after pool treat. My goodness, I'm getting lots of Etsy messages. Someone's favoriting stuff, which is good. Do I want to look at labels and stuff? These are some digital label-y, not labels exactly, but some little things I've been cutting out. Oh, where's her quote? Got to put that on. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't lose her quote. That's part of what made this cover so fun. Oh, there it is. There's a little bit of sticky tape on it, so it always gets stuck to stuff and carried away. Hip hip hurrah, I'm going to the fair. Actually, it's hip hurrah, hip hurrah. Don't get glued down there. I was thinking, after I got home from floating around in my sister's pool, we were there for, we got there about 11:30 and we were there till after 5:30 actually. We were there a long time. And after I got home, I thought, I never, ever let myself relax that much. Just floating in the pool, doing nothing for an hour and a half. Okay. I don't even think I need any labels on that. I think adding the words might be all I need to do. There will be a piece of fabric here and probably ribbon or lace or something trim. So that will add some more embellishment to it. Put this on the back. It's a heavier piece. Because that isn't, oh, maybe it is wide enough. Yeah, let's just do the same front and back. It is wide enough. My paper trimmer needs to have the blade changed. Gets all these little fuzzies on the edges. The storm's moving away. The thunder is sounding distant. So that was not very much rain. Maybe we'll get some more. We could use a steady rain for a whole day or more. Alrighty. So, isn't that a fun cover? Now this one has tape here. Maybe I'll just Mod Podge over the tape. That piece came up. On both sides. And I'm going to want to probably put something to cover up that part of a word. I won't be able to put the whole circle on here. I have to cut this off. So I don't know how it's going to look. Let's see. I don't want to cut it out, cut the circle out, and then flatten the edges, and then it'll look funny. So I'm just going to leave it in the circle for now, or in the page. I think I will cut the circle out, and if I don't like it, I'll just do something else with this cover. I do want to put something behind it. Get rid of some of my stuff here. Put things away. So, cluttering up my table. Alright, and let's see, I've got some music. I brought some music with me, an old ledger. Let's try the music. I don't want it to be torn. I want these to have more of a clean look. This paper might not cut very well on my paper trimmer. It's that very cottony paper that kind of tears when you try to cut it. If I can just fold it and tear it like that, I think that'll be a clean enough look. I'm putting it off over to the side to cover where the tape is. And then I'll have to put something up there. I might have to make something specifically for it. Or maybe that would work, but it might be a little too big for the fabric. So I don't know what I'll put there, but I mean it could even be a yo-yo, fabric yo-yo. But I do need to trim a little bit more off of the bottom. Okay. I'll trim the book, take the spine off it. Oh, I need to put something there because it has tape. Okay, and let's not forget she has colorful dreams. I'll just put this right down here all in one piece. Because I'm not sure what's going to be going on up there. Just going to take a peek at my fabrics. I could, instead of using red, I could use yellow or blue. I think this would look nice. We might go with that. Oh, those are two different yellows. I could use either one. Okay, my battery light is flashing. I don't have much more time, but we can get started on another one. Oops, pardon me for bumping the camera. Now, for this young fella, I'm going to do, oh look at, there's a little mouse listening to the story also. I'm going to trim that rough edge off. I hope I don't have to cut the mouse off. I am going to kind of kiss cut, I guess it's called. I'm not getting very close to the outline, but I need to cut away that rhyme because I don't think I can make everything fit on the page, on the cover. And I will make sure the rhyme goes inside the book. It says, "You too, my mother, read my rhymes for love of unforgotten times, and you may chance to hear once more the little feet along the floor." Robert Louis Stevenson. I think it's just a reminder for mothers to reread the rhymes and stories that we read to our children, to remember the little feet that ran across our floors. The little feet that get big so fast. Well, I am going to have to cut that mouse off, I think. So let's see, there's the edge of the book. I'd like to get the rabbit in there, but I'd have to cut off too much of the boy. Yeah, the mouse has to go. I think the rabbit's going to have to go because I don't want to just leave a nose there. So, sorry, rabbit. Tricks are for kids. I bet you were thinking that too, weren't you? I'm going to leave it like that, and maybe I can use that in something else. Maybe even inside the book, this book. So, it just looks like he's reading to himself, although you can see the little bunny ears down here paying attention. And this green blends in with the book cover, so what do I want to put behind it? Maybe just some ledger. Maybe something a little more colorful. Let's see, we have the pinkish red of his pants. This kind of looks like wallpaper, but he's outside. Kind of like that. Don't you love his curls? Let's see how this looks. This is not to cover anything up. It's just to kind of give him a background without covering up all of the color of the book. I think I'm going to cut that little rabbit ear off. Well, that just fits right in there, so maybe I'll just go with that. I think that looks nice. I might have it over so that this straight edge is kind of covered up with the fabric. Oh, I don't know. I think it would look better that way. Does he need to go all the way down to the bottom? Because those rabbit heads are just floating in space if they're up there. And this is very appropriate to the poem, Something to Treasure. Memories of our children listening to us read stories. I always loved reading stories to my siblings, my cousins, my children, my grandchildren. And even my grandchildren are too young or too old now. The youngest ones being 11 and a half. But Something to Treasure would also apply to the memories, whatever memories you would write in your journal. I would have to glue the words to something, probably. Well, this, I could use this end paper. Just glue it and cut it out as just a little bit of a mat for each word. Alright, so I'm already at 50 minutes, so I'm just going to stop the video here, but you can see where I'm going with this cover. And maybe in an upcoming video I will show you the completed journals, or the completed covers before I put the covers away. Actually, I will pick probably 3 of the covers to actually create journals with as my next project. 2 or 3, at least 2. So that's it for this video. I want to thank you for watching and hanging out with me today, and I hope you'll come back to see the finished covers and watch me work on the journals. Thanks for watching. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.